Today I'll be showing you how to get out of bounds of Límíng Harbor on Neomuna Neptune in Destiny 2. This location can be selected from the director in the bottom right of Neomuna. The first out of bounds I'm going to show you is how to get to this location and have it unloaded. To do this, we'll need to load into the next zone, which is Radiosonde. This can be accomplished many different ways, however, the one I'm going to show you is definitely the least technical and probably the easiest. Once you trigger the load zone for Radiosonde, head to the right and jump into the corner. You will be able to crouch and slowly fall down. If you try to run into this, you won't be able to fit through, so you will need to crouch and fall at the same time. Once through, just head right and drop straight down. If you go too far over, you will trigger the load zone for the harbor itself. Do us a favor and subscribe if you enjoy this type of content, and that's it. You're now in Límíng Harbor unloaded. It is possible to view the other side of the ship and see more of the beach. However, I thought it was interesting if you head this way, you can actually get into the other harbor and explore just a little bit. Once you get here, there are quite a bit of pushback barriers, so you can't get too far, but you can explore a little bit of the front. Another interesting thing about this area is if you jump out into the water, you can fall down to the headlong mission. We do have a video on this, so make sure to check the card in the top right. This next spot's over here by the Lost Sector, and it made me pull out a piece of glitch tech that I didn't think I'd ever use again. Hunter Strand plus Salvation's Grip might just be the best combo. You may have noticed above this doorway that a piece of the wall is missing, and I've tried for a little while to get in here, and I found the best way to do that was to shoot a stasis crystal with Salvation's Grip and strand pull myself in. Once you're up here, you can crouch jump and get past most of these walls. Once out of bounds over here, you can jump your way to the Lost Sector and trigger the load zone and get out of bounds of that too. We do have a video of that, so make sure to check the card in the top right. If we hop over to the tunnel that leads to Maya's retreat, there will be an out of bounds right before you trigger the load zone. Heading further past this point will load you into Maya's retreat. However, if you jump up through this hole and pull yourself through here, you'll be able to get past this turnback barrier and get out of bounds. If you come over here to the bridge that takes you to Ahimsa Park, you can basically just walk out of the map and get to that same spot that we were just in. Coming over to the bridge that takes you to Zephyr Concourse, there are also a couple out of bounds here that allow you to get under the map and above it. This hole right here is unfortunately death. Luckily for us, we can just turn around and jump over here. You'll see that we're on the outside of the glass for this tunnel. If you move over towards the glass, you will be out of the turn back. There is a nice hole right here that lets you get above the tunnel itself. And it should be noted that you can actually get to the spot just by jumping from the bridge. Standing outside the glass, you're able to head down the wall and get to another little small section. There are too many barriers, so I didn't really find anything here. If we come back to the hole that we jumped into initially, we are able to head to the right and jump on top of this little building. It's completely solid, so you should be able to look around. Down low is not solid, and most of the stuff out here is not solid. This little reef over here is one of the only solid things I was able to find that I could land on directly under this out of bounds. This next spot is directly by the harbor. You might see that there is pretty much a giant gaping hole in this wall. Yes, you can just jump up here and walk right out. It's pretty much that simple. This is the first out of bounds I found in this area, and this is the route I used to get to Lost Sector the first time. Over by the ship and near the entrance to Radiosonde, you might notice that there is also another giant hole. Come over here against this wall and crouch through, and you're under the map. This next out of bounds is over here near that giant gaping hole by the dock. If you drop underneath the dock itself, you can just walk right out of bounds. This is the out of bounds that I used to get to headlong for the first time. However, I do think that the first out of bounds in this video is probably the most efficient. If you enjoyed the video or learned something new, please consider subscribing or leaving a like. If you didn't, then leave a dislike and drop a comment below to let us know why. And as always, stay curious, Guardians.